If you want enterprise level security on your home network without spending hundreds of dollars, you need to get yourself one of these, a Raspberry Pi, and install IPFire on it. IPFire is a hardened open source firewall distribution, which you can install on literally any device, and even this $50 Raspberry Pi. We are going to set up dedicated red and green network zone, block ads, and secure your data in under 10 minutes. So without taking much of your time, let's get into it. First, let's talk about hardware. You know I love Raspberry Pi for self-hosting, but for Firewall, we have a physical limitation. A Raspberry Pi has only one Ethernet port, but for Firewall, we need two, one for the internet and one for your internal devices. To fix this, I'm using a simple USB to Ethernet adapter. You will also need a Wi-Fi access point, so that you can broadcast your Wi-Fi on your Raspberry Pi. Or if you don't want to use Wi-Fi, you can get yourself a small network switch. Now that you got everything, let's get this done. First, you need to download the image file of IPFire. So go to ipfire.org, download. We are using a Raspberry Pi, so we have to download the R64 and select flash image. And it's downloading automatically. While it's downloading, go to Balena Etcher. Here it is. Don't take my cookies and download. Select your OS, I'm on Linux. Open Balena Etcher. Select flash from file. And this is the IPFire I have downloaded before. Select. Now insert the SD card. Select target. And here it is. Select and flash.
A few moments later.
And it's done. So close Balena Etcher and remove your SD card. Now you are seeing the screen of my Raspberry Pi. So I will select install IPFire. My language is English. Start installation. And yes, you can delete all the data on the SD card. ext4 is OK. And IPFire is now installed. So let's reboot. And it's here again. So select your keyboard layout, your time zone, name for your firewall. I will call it Wall of Fire. OK. My domain name is Libre-Data.local. Now create a password for your root command line user. OK. And a password for the admin web interface user. Now to the network configuration. Select configuration type. I will go with green and red because I only have two network interfaces on my Raspberry Pi. Green will be my local network and red is the internet. If you have more interfaces, you can take more colors. So you can take like orange for Wi-Fi and blue for DMZ, your servers and so. I will stay with green and red and OK. Now driver and card assignment. Green. Here you can see there is two network interfaces. If you are not sure which one is which, you can Google the MAC address and see the manufacturer of it. If it is from Raspberry Pi, you will then know it is a built-in one. Or you can use this identify button. So select one interface and click on identify. And here it's telling you the lights on the selected port should flash for 10 seconds. So this is my green. And this is my red. And done. Now address settings. OK. Enter an IP address for your green network interface. OK. Now for red, I will go with DHCP because I want to connect the red interface to my home router. So it will get a DHCP IP. And OK. Done. And done. It's asking me if I want to create a DHCP server for my green network. So enable. And start address is 10.21.12.10. End address is 10.21.12.200. Primary DNS is the firewall itself, which is OK. I don't want a secondary DNS, so I will go to OK. And the setup is complete. Now the Raspberry Pi is restarting. And it's done. Here it's telling you it has this IP address on the green interface. And it has become this IP address from the DHCP server, which is my home router. So I will connect my PC to the green interface and come back to you. Now you are seeing the screen of my ugly Windows PC. So go to HTTPS, the green IP address of your firewall, and port 444. And we are in. So select Advanced and Accept. Enter the username and password. Username is admin and the password. And we are in. As you can see, the dashboard looks really simple. Here you have your networks. This is the red network, so the internet with its IP address, and the green LAN network with this IP address. Under System, you can configure mail service so that the firewall can send emails if anything happened. There is also SSH access. I will enable this actually. And save. We also have backup. Here you can create a backup of your configuration and just download it. And to restore it, you can just select the backup file and click on restore. You can also see the system information. Here you can see some information about the installed version of IPFire. And here you can send hardware information to the team of IPFire so that they know what their customers are using. So I will do this. Now they have my data. And under status, you can see system status, memory, services, media, your networks, and really everything you need. Then you have network, zone configuration. Here you can select which interface belongs to which zone. Here you can see this interface is native for green and this one is native for red. You can also use VLANs if you want this, but I don't need this now. IPFire has an amazing feature which I want to show you. Go to network, URL filter. Here you can block some categories like ads, gambling, proxy, and you can also do custom blacklist. So let's do the one you are all thinking about. And enable custom blacklist. You can also do custom whitelist. So scroll down and hit save. Here you can reconfigure your DHCP server and you can do wake on LAN for your internal devices. Under services we have a lot of VPN options. So IPsec, WireGuard, OpenVPN. There is also DDNS and you can configure your time server. Here you can see it using this time server now, which is amazing. So save. And now to the most important section, firewall. So I will select firewall rules. As you can see, there is only one rule now, which is auto-created. It is for blocking port 25, so SMTP, from anywhere, and destination is red, so the red interface of the firewall. There is also this standard rule which can't be edited, which allow everything from the green network to access the internet. But I will also show you how to create such a rule. So click on New Rule. Under Source you can select source address, so MAC address, IP address, or a network. You can also select a firewall interface. In the most cases you are going to use standard networks. Click here and select blue, but as you can see I don't have blue, so I will go with green. And for destination, select standard network and red. Under protocol you can select TCP, UDP, ICMP, or anything you want. I will go with all. Let's scroll down. Here you can select what to do with this rule. It is an accept rule. And under remark I will say allow blue to internet. And click on add. And here it is. I need to learn how to write. But it's not important. The firewall rule is here and it is working. And under firewall groups you can create some groups, networks, and even hosts. Let's see how this looks like. So here I can enter the information of my printer. Let's say name is printer and its IP address. And hit save. Now if I go to firewall rules, new rule. Now I have a new option which is hosts. So I can click on it and select my printer. And under IPFire you can find the so-called backfire. Here you can install or check for updates, and there is really a lot of add-ons here. And that's it. Now you have a small, silent yet powerful firewall for your network, which is sitting between you and the internet. If you run into any problems, don't hesitate to write me in the comments. This is Libre-Data, and we are just getting started. See you in the next time.